What's going on, good people? It's your boy, the Warrior Prince, back at it one more time. And not the video that I had planned today, but I'm going to speak on Mr. DerrIck Jaxn. Now, I know everybody out there, especially women, know who DerrIck Jaxn is. You cannot scroll down Facebook and not see a video of DerrIck Jaxn giving women advice on dating, love, relationships, etc., etc. But old Mr. DerrIck Jaxn apparently ain't been practicing what he preaches. See, I'm not gonna play the video on here. Could pull it up, but I'm not, because I'm pretty sure if you're on YouTube or Facebook and all of that stuff, you already know that DerrIck Jaxn has had a woman that he was having an affair with expose him for the affair. Now, let me just say this. I don't really meddle in the world's affairs. I think that if you live in a certain lifestyle, void of the Most High, you're going to get this type of stuff. But I wanted to address this because this guy has essentially become a millionaire because he lies to black women. He panders to black women's feelings and emotions. And there's a business in lying to black women. See, when you tell black women the truth, I mean, you're not going to, you become extremely unpopular when you tell black women the truth. If you tell black women anything other than what they want to hear, and I'm not talking about every black woman, I'm talking about majority of black women. If you tell them anything other than what they truly want to hear, man, you will be ostracized. You could put something up all day about black men, especially about something negative about black men, and people will celebrate that because, we're unsung. We're the workhorses, but no one wants to celebrate us. But there's a literal business. People get rich off of lying to black women. Lying to you. They get rich. I'm gonna just say it. The Asians are rich not because the Asians have lied to you, but the media has lied to black women and told you that you're ugly. Your natural hair state is ugly. Right? They told you that you don't have good hair. So what do, black women? And y'all know normally I don't make a video addressing black women, but this is one of the rare instances that I'm gonna make a video addressing black women because I swore off addressing black women. The reason why I swore off addressing black women because y'all don't listen. Every time someone tells you something that is beneficial for you to be able to be better and for you not to be preyed upon, you say that we're controlling. So I don't even address you. You guys just happen to be a fly on the wall about the videos that I make. I'm just being honest with you. That's why it sounds like I'm talking with reckless abandonment when I'm saying certain things up to black men about black women, because I'm speaking to you as though you're not. I'm speaking as though you're not in the room, and I'm speaking as though I'm in a room full of men. And I personally don't care if you're offended by me saying something that is truthful. I don't call black women bees. I don't call black women hoes. I don't call black women sluts. I don't go around sleeping with black women, just cheating on them. I've never done it. I've always promoted, if you love a black woman, marry her. But what I'm telling men now is to marry a woman that has the characters of a wife and not just marry her because of her race. And you don't have to take these broken women, because it's not your job to make a woman a wife. That was the job of her elder women in her life, her mother, her aunts, her grandma, and all of them. And what you're dealing with as a black man in this country is years and decades upon dysfunction that they've seen from their mother, their grandmother, their great grandmother, their aunts, and all this other stuff. But I digress. So let me just get back to this point. Everybody gets rich off black women. Everybody gets rich off black women except the black man, coincidentally. by and large part. The Asian community gets rich off of you because you've been lied to and someone has told you that you're ugly. They told you that you're ugly. You are the original woman. Your hair has so many phenotypes of it that it's not funny. You can have kinky hair, you can have curly hair, you can have straight hair, you can have nappy hair, you can have all of that because you are a beautiful being. But someone had to tell you that you were ugly and you believed the lie. So now you got people that have shops and businesses set up in your community selling you what you believe to be beauty because you don't think that you are beautiful yourself. Black men haven't did that to you, sweetheart, large part. Matter of fact, they even call it good hair. If someone has nappy hair, if y'all black women, y'all have a naturally coarse hair, they tell you you have bad hair. And in order for you to have good hair, you got to perm your hair or put weave in your head from India and Pakistan and all these other places to where they're literally sacrificing their hair to gods. So you got all these demonic spirits in your hair, but that's good hair. There's a business in lying to you. The government gets rich off of you because they need you to believe that your man ain't crap so that you won't pair up with him to be able to destroy the system of white supremacy and build generational wealth. They need you to believe that he is a demonic being and he's a monster so they can get access to your children, so your girls can keep reproducing what they need for you to reproduce. What they convinced you to reproduce, they need for your girls to do that, and they need for your boys to be without fathers because fathers teach them how to be men. And when you learn how to be a man, you learn your self-worth, and you know that you can go out there and build and conquer and lay off and build legacy. But no, they need the father to be out the way because they need the daughters to get pregnant early. And they need for the boys to be in prison or jail early. And when the boys won't be in jail, they dead. There's a business in lying to you. So when you have men that come along, like a Kevin Samuels, who will tell you the truth, whether you want to hear it or not, he will tell you the truth about who you are, your prospects, what you should do to improve your prospects, what you should be looking for. You don't like him, but you like the DerrIck Jaxns because the DerrIck Jaxns pander. And we know that women love to be flattered. This is why y'all end up single and with baby daddies and stuff, because of flattery. Everything this dude does is to flatter you. And he's gotten rich off flattering you. But he's supposed to be married to one of you, but yet he can't stay faithful to his wife. Now, I don't celebrate any form of breaking wedlock. What's good, Gerard? What's good? What's going on, man? What's going on? I'm in his zone, bro. I'm in his zone because I'm tired of this foolishness. I'm tired of it, man. It's foolishness. I don't celebrate anybody cheating on nobody. Period. I don't celebrate it because if you take vows, be serious about your vows. If you know that you're going to be a whoremonger, man, we literally live in Babylon. Like, no, just not even trying to be coy. We live in a whore culture. We live in a society that promotes whoredom. The value of cuckoo is literally at an all-time low. All you need to do is put on Instagram. All you need to do is come on Facebook, TikTok, all of these things, and you literally can get a date just like that. I just had to have a conversation with my oldest son because one of his friends sent him a link to something, and it led him to a porn site. Now, I had to have a conversation with my son about that. Now, I didn't come down on him hard or anything like that. I talked about it with my son because he's coming of a certain age, and I had to let him know. And one of the things that I told him was this. You're living in the age. See, I told him, I said, you're living in the age to where they're trying to force feed you sex. They're bringing it to you. I grew up in a time that if we wanted to watch porn and all this other stuff, we had to sneak and try to find our mamas and daddy's sex tapes, and you hoping that you can stay up late night and watch Skinamax. And we grew up in that time to where things were censored. This stuff is not censored anymore. It's literally at your fingertips. That was a conversation that I had to have with my 13-year-old because the stuff has came to their doorstep. So I say that if you want to be a hoe or you want to be a whoremonger, don't marry. Don't marry somebody and put them through that type of stuff. If you're not happy with a woman, do not take her to be a bride. And I preach that on this channel. I preach that. So I don't celebrate what DerrIck has done, but I do. I knew that DerrIck was fake. And I used to tell women, I'm getting a bunch. I used to tell women, stop listening to this guy. But women want to be pandered to. You want to be pandered to. How many women have gotten married because of DerrIck Jaxn's advice? Nobody. Nobody has gotten married because of his advice. Because the advice that he gives is unrealistic. Let me tell you something, women. I was just talking to my brother about this. Let me tell y'all something. Sex is a man's game. I don't give a care how much you want it. I don't even really give a care how much you enjoy it. Sex is a man's game. You can consider sex a casino. You the player and the man's the house. You ain't finna break the house. Y'all out here sitting here, want to run around. Y'all want to lay up. Y'all want to do all these other things. Thinking that you can be like a man and you can't. Sex is a man's game. That's what it is. Because whether you know it or not, the market, men are in the dating arena, in the marriage arena, even in the sex arena, sweetie, men are the consumers. You are the product. So when you have people like a DerrIck Jaxn telling you and flattering you about this is how you get a man, and he's telling you things that are completely unrealistic, only thing you're going to do is get your back blown out. That's it. That's all what's going to happen to you. I'm not, they say the game is to be sold, not to be told. That's what they say, Punch. They say the game is to be sold, not to be told. And see, men been knowing this stuff for years, and women don't listen. They don't listen. They don't listen, Gerard. They do not listen. That men are the consumers. So yes, a man gets to decide whether he want to buy you or not. No pun intended. He gets to decide, you know what? This ain't the woman for me. And a man tells y'all just don't listen. Men will tell you, I am not ready for marriage. So if you are looking for marriage and that man says, I'm not ready for marriage, what he's telling you is you ain't it. I've seen men tell women they ain't ready for marriage and be with a woman for 5 years. And as soon as this man, soon as that man, you and this man break up, he go marry, he go 5 months later, he married again, or he married for the first time. Because what he was saying was, I do want marriage. I don't want to be married to you. They don't see, they probably not, Punch, because here's the thing. What happens on, I'm too honest. I'm like sandpaper. I'm like sandpaper. See, here's the thing about what they don't understand about sandpaper. Yeah, if you ride sand on your hand, it'll hurt. But sandpaper makes some beautiful things. You can make some beautiful things with wood. Hell, I paint on sandpaper with pastel. And the more gritty the sandpaper, the more beautiful the painting can come out. But they don't want to listen because they think I hate women. They think that I hate women because I'm critical of women's behavior. The reason why I'm critical of their behavior, because they are going to be the only ones that lose. I keep trying to tell these knuckleheaded jokers this. I'm telling you to refrain from having sex because sex is a man's market. You can't win. You literally playing Russian roulette with your heart because your heart is tied to your body. With men, not so much. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that. I'm doing a little cooking while I'm venting, while I'm getting at it. So I'm back. But yeah, yeah, punch. This is what they say when you are weeding through all the bull crap and you're speaking the truth to women to try to get them to be a better version of themselves. Because the truth be told, you're not going to qualify for every man because you're not going to meet every man's standards. And that's fine. Find the man whose standard that you meet. I got a partner of mine. He likes chubby women. That's his thing. My women were tall and slim. I like tall and slim African women, African women of African descent. I never really went outside that territory. That's what I liked. So I'm looking in that category. Every man knows what he likes. Point blank, period. So when a man is telling you you ain't it, believe him. But what you don't do is allow somebody, y'all got to quit this, black women. If y'all really want to win, listen to the men that will be truthful to you, because most of y'all didn't know that DerrIck Jaxn was married, right? You can go, I'm just let me give y'all some game real quick. Let me give y'all some game real quick. And I'm going to use Gerard, for example. I'm going to use Gerard on myself. I can go on Gerard's timeline and I'm going to see his family. I'm going to see his wife. I'm going to see his sons. I'm going to see what's going on in his daily life. You know why? Because he's not ashamed and he loves his family and he loves his wife. You can go on my timeline. You're going to see my wife. You're going to see my children. Hell, you even see my dog. Matter of fact, I post more pictures of my wife than I post of myself because I am proud of my wife and I love my wife. It should be a red flag. No, let me change it. It should be a crimson flag when a man is married, but he never posts his wife. It should tell you something. Because when we are proud of something, we want to put it on display for the world to see. And this is something that DerrIck never does. Now, with DerrIck Jaxn and Kevin Samuels, because most of Kevin Samuels' audience is male. You got a lot of females that's come in there because women, despite what people try to tell y'all, you need to hear the truth. And you got women out there that saying, hell, what I'm doing ain't working, so I might well listen to Kevin. But DerrIck has been lying to you. It should go off like Peter Parker spider senses. Your head you should have a migraine. Your head should be buzzing so bad when you see stuff like that. Something should say to you, something's wrong. Why he don't never show his family? A man doesn't come into his fullness until he takes a wife and makes a family. And what men like myself try to tell y'all women, It's how to make yourself, put yourself in that market. Don't get yourself out of the jump off market. Or I call her when I want to blow somebody's back off market. Get yourself out of that and put yourself in the market to be a bride. You don't want to listen. No man likes something that everyone else has had. We like our steak. We like I'm gonna say we like our women, just like we like everything else to be exclusive. Why do you think? I'm gonna give you some insight into men's mind. Why do you think when the new Jordans come out, men are gonna stand in line for 4-5 hours or for a day or so and pay $400 for some Jordans just to say, look what I got and look what you don't got? That's how men are built. Right. Rare. We want it rare. The more rare it is, the more valuable it is. Men would do that because that's how men are. When a man that's came into his fullness, he likes exclusivity. He don't want another man to go around saying, I had your woman. But you got the world out here in the DerrIck Jaxns. Y'all don't even catch how he even his little intros. His intros. What do men say when they're out there in the world and they're just whoremongering? What they say? How they describe the group of women that they got? I got them on my team. That's what they say. I got a team of girls. That's what men say. Y'all don't even catch it. When he came into his intro, he say Team Jaxn was happening. Because he knows most of his audience is women. He knows most of his audience is women. I keep trying, look, it's a business in lying to you black women. I'm about to go over a DerrIck Jaxn video. I'm about to play a DerrIck Jaxn video. And it just so happens, this is a video that he did in response to Kevin Samuels critiquing that whole Your Average at Best video. When everybody was, oh, he too hard and all, when they was doing all the other stuff. When everybody was up in arms about it. I'm going to actually go over that video. And I'm going to show you how he panders to you. I'm going to show you how he panders to you. Matter of fact, let me do that right now. Let me go ahead and share this screen because I love black people. Exactly, Gerard. Man, let me tell you something. This dude I think he's about 30. He's a young cat, buff. He always in his car. I don't know why he's always in the car. That seems to be his area of operation. I don't know why he's always in his car, but he's always in his car. And what he holler? Team Jaxn. He's trying to sell an image to black women, right? So black women, it ain't just our women. Every woman loves power. Power equals security because every woman's true love is security. That's why I don't begrudge women for saying that they want a man that they feel like can take care and provide for her, because your DNA says in your genetic code, I need to be secure. So I don't begrudge women for saying that because women equate money with security. And when they get a little wiser, they understand that it's more with security, and it's more to security than just having money. But I don't begrudge women for feeling like that they need to be secure. I don't begrudge women for feeling like that. But anywho, I lost my train of thought. But let me go on to this old video that old DerrIck Jaxn, when he was wanted to critique Kevin Samuels. I want to show you this video. I'm gonna highlight what I'm talking about. I'm gonna play the whole video, and I'm gonna stop And I'm gonna critique the video. I'm gonna tell you what Kevin Samuels is putting game on. I'm gonna tell you what DerrIck Jaxn is doing.
I honestly want a six-figure guy. Is what I'm realizing.
And ma'am, and that's my point. You ladies all feel like, listen, you ladies all feel like you're the exception to the rule. And then when someone like myself comes along and gives you a dose of reality, instead of just accepting it, it's like, yeah, but I'm special.
Now, let me add more context to this video, because this video of Kevin Samuels, the one that went viral, was a snippet. He actually talked to this woman for about 20 to 25 minutes. He actually talked to this woman for about 20 to 25 minutes. And this was a part they got to where she was saying, this is what I want, a six-figure guy. So Kevin Samuels is saying to her, that's my point when I'm trying to talk to you, because in the larger conversation, he was trying to get something out of her. He's going to ask her again, what's wrong with just an average guy? Because you're basing your desires for a man off of the income that he makes. Why he can't be just a regular blue collar guy? Why he got to be this high earner guy? And every woman believes that she's an exception to the rule to where she can get that high earner guy. Now, Kevin Samuels is an image coach. He deals mostly with men, and he's very critical with men, but that doesn't get played. But he also deals with women as well. So he's an image consultant. And so he's dealing with men on a regular basis that's making upwards of $300,000 to $400,000 a year, and he knows what they want. See, he's been doing this for a long time. So he's telling these women that there's certain things that on average, these type of men are looking for.
You don't know any men on this level that are not your father, that aren't related to you. That means you don't know these men. You don't know where to go get them. You don't know what they want. But you're still saying, pick me. They don't want mid-30-year-old baby mamas. I'm trying to be polite, man. But
facts. That's true. Because y'all got to understand, anybody that earns over six figures is in the 10% of the country. They're the top 10% of the country. Okay, so if you're earning six figures and you're the top 10% of the country, and you basically got the pick of the litter, the ratio is about, I want to say 5 to 1 women to men. And then when you talking about wanting a six-figure black man, because that 10% is all inclusive of everybody. So if you're talking about wanting a six-figure black man, we're like 2 or 3% of that. 2 or 3%. So you got 100% of women going for 2 or 3% of men. The numbers just don't add up.
they don't want those.
Can I ask you a question?
Did you hear what I said?
Look at him. Look at DerrIck sitting here blinking his eyes like he just, I can't believe this bull crap. Look at him. He knows. Look at, y'all want to see the chick that DerrIck? I'm going to show you the chick that DerrIck cheated with. Trust me, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm going to show you the chick that DerrIck cheated with.
So, okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so do you feel like a woman like me?
What would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? You cannot use 7.
Would I rate myself?
Just your face.
My face when I wake up 5, but when I put myself together 6.
Okay. And how tall are you?
5'5".
Dress size.
I'm sorry.
Your dress size.
A 3.
Okay. So that.
Now, why is he asking her this? Let me tell y'all something, women. If I got women, listen, let me tell you something. Because this nincompoop right here.
That makes you.
Oh, my bad. This knucklehead right here is about to lie to you in a few minutes. There's a reason why Kevin Samuels is asking her these questions about her physical appearance. He just asked her something. He said, how do you rate yourself? She rated her own self as a 5. Naturally, she's a 5, which means she's average. 5 is average. Okay. But she said, when I put my makeup and stuff on, a 6. So you get all this makeup and you want to go up a notch. Okay. Then he asked her a height and a dress size. The reason why he asked that, because he's asking you, okay, aside from your face, are you in somewhat shape? Because the men that are that's in this class, They're looking for the best of the best. Okay? They can have any woman on their arm that they want from around the world. This is no lie. They can have any woman that they want on their arm. Men, naturally, we are physically stimulated. We're physical beings. I don't like when I see men lying to women. It's true. The very first thing that we notice, are you beautiful or not? So you got to be aesthetically pleasing to us. We got to find you attractive. Okay, my bad. I'm just, y'all bear with me today.
If you give yourself a 5, that's average.
Yes.
So average looking women tend not to get high earning men. They tend to get average men.
So
Did you I mean, stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. Breathe and digest. You're 35 years old and you can look around and see the world. You don't tend to see higher earning men with average looking women off rip. If you do see them, they got their average looking woman when they were both really young and he built his way up. But a man earning the kind of money.
Key, he values loyalty as well. So before I got to being what I was being, me and you were together and we built something together. We got longevity. You stayed by my side through thick and thin. I reward that. I don't trade you in for a new Corvette. I keep my same old Camaro. That's what he's saying.
You're talking about does not go for an average looking woman.
I mean, my body is not average. So
But you're, ma'am, you please don't make me say it.
Say what? I really just wanted some advice. I love your
I'm giving you advice, but you're not taking it. The advice is, ma'am, you're average looking at best.
I'm taking it in, but
okay, but you're not accepting the fact that, okay, average looking women, average looking woman who's older, average looking older woman with a 13-year-old son, average looking woman with a 13-year-old son with a sketchy baby daddy. This gets worse every time I say something. And now you're asking for a man who's in the top 10% of men. You don't qualify for one. And you're making, I mean, I don't want to have to go there, but when you put in all these other factors, why can't you just get a man that's an average guy?
Now, what is he saying? Go for someone that you qualify for, that's going to be checking for you, because those high value men are not going to be checking for you. Now, this is what Kevin Samuels is trying to tell women. Get off your high horse. Okay? Go for somebody on your level. He ain't talking about just on your level physically. He's trying to tell her that a standard that these high value men have, they have a tendency not to come down to women that has a physical appearance and then has all this extra package with them. So he's saying, go for somebody who ain't checking for, who's checking for somebody within your category. That's what he's telling her. He ain't telling her that you're going to die alone. Now, he's going to say that, but that's been taken out of context. He was telling her, if you don't change your standards, you're going to die alone.
Sometimes I feel like, in order to fully submit, I have to feel like he's in.
Well, then you're gonna die alone. How about that? Let me just cut to the chase, ma'am. You can feel like what you want to, but women like you die alone, straight up, because you think you're better than the men that you qualify for.
Boom. Truth and factual. Now, what she was about to say is that I feel like, him having 6 figures is going to make me feel secure. That ain't the point. The point is he ain't checking for you. So change your standard. That's what he was trying to say. And if you don't, he said, women like you who don't get it, who don't want to listen, you're gonna be alone. You're gonna die by yourself. You know, be a bag lady, have all them cats.
The only reason, honestly, ma'am, that I can see a woman like yourself really thinking you deserve more is because you earn more money than most people around you in North Carolina. Most people get average people, especially average people.
Most people get average people. Facts.
You're an average person. I mean, let's be real. You're not running Microsoft. You got a pet grooming business. You've been making 6 figures for the last 3 years. Okay. But if I'm looking at you, if I looked at you and I took all that off of you, all the eyelashes and all the hair, what do you look like under there?
I mean, I look the same. I'm just.
No, you don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't have all that on.
I'm sorry?
No, you don't. You don't look the same because if you did, you wouldn't have all that on.
So, what is your advice for women that?
All right, I'll tell you my advice, man, because you're not listening. That's why I always recommend you need therapy. Because you seem like a sweet woman, but you're not getting it.
You're being so mean.
I'm not being. Don't
this
tell
way
me
you got
I'm being
mad
mean.
at.
I'm about to be mean. I get tired of you broads telling me I'm being mean because you cannot handle the goddamn truth. You called my show on a day that you ain't even supposed to be here, and I honored the call and sat here and tried to help you, and I'm telling me I'm being mean. Get the fuck out of my phone.
That's what he got mad at. Don't
Tired of
condone the
doing
cursing,
this
but now let's listen to what Team Jaxn got to say about the
So
matter.
I haven't been on the gram in quite some time, but I checked back in. I saw my DMs and I saw
That's another thing. He's always acting like he's so busy, and people are hitting him up because he's so valuable.
quite a few of y'all hit me up with this video. Apparently, it's been going viral where this dating or relationship coach or guru or something like that is telling this woman what y'all just saw. And it was quite a bit of outrage around how he talked to her, how he addressed all women as broads, how he cussed her out at the end. And the whole time I was just thinking, like,
Let me stop. He ain't addressed all women as broads. He said, I get tired of you broads calling me mean, or what he's saying is the women is calling him mean because he's telling them the truth and they can't handle it. That's what he's talking about. Come on, DerrIck, stop being disingenuous.
why hasn't she hung up yet? Like, this conversation should have been about 38 seconds long. I don't know how you, as an adult, even get to a point in the conversation where you get to tell somebody that what they're saying to you is mean. Like, the way I tell people what they're saying to me is mean is that I hang up. And secondly, as a woman, how y'all letting anybody gauge your attractiveness or tell you that you're average at best in terms of how attractive you are as a woman? You don't even know if they really like women like that.
You see what I'm talking about? Let me pause on that for a second. Because what DerrIck just did, first of all, Kevin didn't tell her. He let her rate herself. Then he echoed how she rated herself. Okay? He said, you rate yourself. And then he echoed the rating that she gave to herself. But what Mr. Derrick Jaxn here is because this is masculinity. What Kevin has just did, that's masculinity. Masculinity doesn't yield to your emotions. Masculinity is gonna act and operate within the truth. And that's why when the man is not present in the home is so jacked up because it's void of masculinity. What a pimp named Slickback over here just tried to do is what he's tried to question this man's sexuality for what? Because she rated herself and he echoed her rating? Because he told her, try to get somebody that you qualify for because men that's in that upper echelon are not checking for you. They literally have the pick out of the litter. Men really don't care about how much money you make, truth be told. Why are you going to question this man's sexuality? This is what I'm talking about. If a straight man is actually telling you guys the truth, trying to stop you from being alone, because this is what he was giving her advice about. Don't go for this guy, go for these guys because you qualify for these guys. These guys over here in the 6-figure realm, they're not checking for you. And she said basically is she didn't want to hear it. She kept saying, well, this is why I feel like I'm doing this. This is why he said, okay, you're not listening. This is why you're going to die alone. Now you got to question his sexuality because he's dealing in the truth. Come on, man.
you know, if they're attracted to any woman, I'm not even being funny. I'm just being real.
So I'm talking
But
about.
in all fairness, there were both men and women saying he's being brutally honest with her. We need more of that. He's being brutally honest. No, he was being disrespectfully impractical. First off, because he didn't even really listen to her question like that. Like, she wasn't so much saying that she wanted a 6-figure guy. This is at least my perception. What I heard her say is that basically she wants to feel safe and she wants to feel confident in submitting to a man, and she thinks the route to get there is by getting a 6-figure man. Like, anything other than addressing that, I already knew was going to be impractical, and it was. Secondly, as a woman, you should never gauge or judge your standards or base your standards on how beautiful you think you are. Like, first off, we all ugly to somebody, but you should never do that. Why? Because if you say, well, you know what, I'm this amount of beautiful, therefore I can have this type of guy based on my current physical features, what happens when those physical features change?
Okay, let me go back a bit because I want to cover what he said in full context.
That I already knew was going to be impractical, and it was. Secondly,
his advice wasn't disrespectful, nor was it impractical. He gave her practical applications. What he said was, because these men have these type of characteristics and standards, this is what they're looking for. You come with this baggage, and these are the rates of this is the rate of how you rated yourself as far as a physical appearance in your face wise. These men aren't checking for you. So check with the men that are actually searching for you. If I'm looking for a Lamborghini Huracan, because I love the V10 and I that's in love with the sound of a V10, or I'm looking for a Ferrari 458 Italiana because I love the sound of a flat crank plain V8. I am not looking for a Dodge Hellcat because it has a cross plane V8. I'm looking for something very, very specific. And what Kevin Samuels is telling these women is that they're looking for something. These men are looking for something specific and you don't fit it. So that's not being disrespectful. We got to stop saying truth is disrespectful. That's not being impractical. Being impractical is saying that these men will just take you because of your personality. That's not it. There are plenty of women across the country, especially plenty of black women across this nation that have great personalities, but some of them don't have the things that these men are looking for. And that's not what they're being chosen. But this is the guy that y'all have made a millionaire. This guy right here that's lying to you. Instead of telling you what men are looking for, like a Kevin Samuel is doing, because men are the market. Men are the consumers of the market. You are the product. Instead of telling you how to get bought, no pun intended, he's lying to you. And he's rich off his lies to you. But I'm going to show you in the end what he really was.
Woman, you should never gauge or judge your standards or base your standards on how beautiful you think you are. Like, first off, we all ugly to somebody, but you should never do that. Why? Because if you say, well, you know what, I'm this amount of beautiful, therefore I can have this type of guy based on my current physical features, what happens when those physical features change? What happens whenever you get a little older? What happens when you have 2 or 3 more kids, 1 or 2 more kids? What happens, God forbid, if life happens to you and you get sick or you get in a car wreck or anything like that? What happens if your quote unquote beauty diminishes? His interest in you is going to diminish.
Okay.
And convert.
Okay. See, this is what I'm talking. This is the double talk. This is the double talk. This old fork tongue cobra, he's double talking because he just said what Kevin Samuels has basically said. Men, if it wasn't about your physical appearance, then if your physical appearance changed, theoretically, the man ain't gonna change. And what Kevin Samuels also told her in the beginning was, average looking women typically don't get high value men unless he started with her, because men respect loyalty. We have no issue with us being, if we're in love with you and you're our wife and we married you, we expect you to put on the way if you have some kids by us. We ain't retarded. We're not silly like that. But ain't nobody going to no dealership trying to check for a dented up car. No one's doing that. No one's going to a dealership saying, give me the worst high mileage, unreliable vehicle you got on this daggone lot. And the salesperson saying, man, I got just the thing. No one's checking like that. It's unrealistic. If you are a consumer and you're buying a product, you want the best of the best. Ideally, you want that thing. So you're going to get the best bang for your buck. So don't nobody want to marry. Even if you're a beautiful man, don't want to marry you with all these complications. That's not bang for my buck. Come on, DerrIck, quit lying to these women.
Personally, a guy, if he's, choosing you because he feel like his pockets ain't where he wanted to be, he got this much money in his bank account. What happens whenever you do what we ask all women to do, which is hold us down, believe in us, help our dreams come true? And you make his bag double, triple, quadruple, and he gets more money than what he had whenever he first chose you, and he chose you based on how much money that he had. That's the impracticality. That's
a bull crap. That's a lie, because we just talked about, and Kevin Salmon just said, the only way that women that average looking get high value men is if they've rode with them from the beginning. And see, this is another thing I don't like about DerrIck Jaxn. The tropes that he uses that are, he ain't nothing but a daggone low budget Tyler Perry to me. Because Tyler Perry do the same bull crap. Lie to you about black men's nature, and it's not true. Let me tell y'all women something, man. Let me just give y'all some game real quick. If a man is going to be a whoremonger, he is going to be a whoremonger. Point blank, period. Him marrying you don't change the fact that he's still innately a hoe. So that's what you need to be trying to start off with. What is his moral compass like? Do he believe in being with one woman? Do he feel like men should have multiple women? Y'all be trying to turn these hoes into a housewife. The type of man that he's talking about, that's not black men. That's a small portion of black men. Not even a great percentile that would say, you roll with me, because men appreciate loyalty. They ain't gonna say, you roll with me, so now that I'm up in money. First of all, we live in America. He can't just do that, because you got spousal support and alimony. He ain't retarded. This is the impracticality in which he's saying. I'm sorry, I'm calm. I'm calm down. Go ahead. Let's go.
Lack of logic in what he's saying. And while we on the subject, to all my guys out there, like, look, first off, every guy should be allowed to have his preferences without being shamed, whether he like them big or small, dark or light, kids or no kids, or what have you. But I don't know why, as a man, you would ever let your bank account determine your confidence to go after what you want, whatever it is. When there's a lot of broke dudes out here taking rich dudes, women.
Man, for real, this is the dude that y'all. Made snip is a
big or small, dark or light, kids,
that's true.
Kids, what have you. But I don't know why, as a man, you would ever let your bank account determine your confidence to go after what you.
Okay. So see, this is what I'm talking. Do not listen. This is the guy that made y'all rich. Are you seriously? Let me tell you something. It's not about just your bank account building your confidence. A man is measured. We measure men in this society and all around the world by his ability to produce and procure and to provide and to take care of his family. So yes, how much money he has is going to determine how confident he really is. It's going to be a huge factor in that. Ain't no broke dude trying to walk up to a top tier woman if he feel like this. Ain't no broke dude really trying to do that, because he lacks the confidence to do so. This dude here is a clown, man.
You want whatever it is. When there's a lot of broke dudes out here taking rich dudes' women and using the rich dude's money for the condoms that he gonna use with the girl. And on top of that, it don't make sense to let a woman's physical features or how she look be the deal breaker. That's not gonna really lead to your happiness either.
See what I'm talking about? Now we advising men to be counter to their nature. So since you just said physical features there, let me stop this video. Let me stop this. Let me just all you gotta do is go on YouTube and type in this right here, y'all. It just look at that. It popped up real quick. This is the woman. That's I've been preach retarded. Okay, here you go, right here. I'm trying to find the picture. Because I don't want to play people's videos.
And I thought that was weird. So yeah, I feel like if you're not seeing, if somebody's giving you advice about relationships and stuff, I really feel like you should you should know what their home life is like.
Oh, wait a minute. She
just
didn't just say something. I don't know who this girl is. She didn't just say something that Katie said, did he? Did she? I'm trying to find the girl that he cheated with, y'all. I seen a picture of her earlier. Let me go back. Tasha K is supposed. Okay, Tasha K is supposed to. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. My connection slowed up for some odd reason. I don't know why. I don't know why my internet trying to run slow today. But they did just send me a message. They did send me a text message a minute ago saying that there was a power outage in my area as far as internet goes. But let me try to pull this little picture up again of DerrIck Jaxn and his mistress. Let me try to pull it up one more time. Let me see. Okay. Okay. This is the girl DerrIck got caught up with. Pretty girl. She's a beautiful girl. Now, this is her. This is her. She bad. DerrIck had to hit her up. Now, this is DerrIck's wife. I'm trying to get a better picture of DerrIck's wife. Cause I ain't trying to hear no more what he had to say. DerrIck's wife is a little on the chubby side. Matter of fact, let me look at him. See what I'm talking about? See all this bull crap he got going on? Making millions off of y'all. Selling a brand to you. Let me Google DerrIck Jaxn's wife. Let me Google DerrIck Jaxn, my wife. He Googleable. He's a YouTuber. He's Googleable. Oh, there she go. She's a little on a heavier set side. I'm trying to find some more pictures of her. And she's a little on the heavier set side. It's hard to find pictures of her because he won't put her up on the net. Okay, that's it. That's enough screen sharing. It's hard to find pictures of DerrIck Jaxn's wife because he don't really want to put her up on the net. And he claims that's for privacy. But you're selling an image and you're talking about relationship. I'm going over you. I'm seeing your comments now, Punch. But yeah, man, Kevin Samuels was trying to be nice and he was trying to be easygoing and trying to just talk to the woman and all this other whatnot. But man, the bottom line is just this. DerrIck don't got caught up cheating. All right. The girl kept all the receipts, every last one of them. DerrIck flew the girl to Miami. DerrIck, not only when his wife was in, I think that his wife was in Colorado. This girl got receipts. This ain't made up stuff. She got actual receipts. His wife was in Colorado. DerrIck flew the girl to Atlanta because that's where DerrIck lives. DerrIck had the woman stay at their house for a weekend, lied to the woman, told the woman that they were separated. He wasn't happy. All of these things. Slept with the woman. The woman described his bedroom, described his home, beat it up in the house. Then on top of all that, Fillet gave the woman carpet munched raw. This is the guy that y'all want telling y'all. This is the guy that y'all letting profit millions of dollars off of y'all. There's a business in keeping you ignorant. Let me tell you something. Coca-Cola may taste good, but water is what's best for you. I'm gonna say that one more time for everybody who I'm gonna change it up. Broccoli is what's best for you, despite the fact that ice cream tastes good. And these jokers, y'all got to understand this, man. Y'all got so much contempt for black men that y'all let people lie to y'all that you're ugly, that you're not naturally beautiful. Y'all got $1 billion businesses built off the fact that you don't like yourself because someone has lied to you. Y'all are making millionaires and billionaires times over because somebody has lied to you about your beauty standard. The fact that you don't love yourself. They've lied to you about the fact that your man isn't a dog. They lied to you. You can do better than that man. So what do? You put him out, you put him on child support, and the state's getting a cut of that. You got a prison industrial complex built off of the ignorant black women. It's called the prison to pipeline. They've lied to you, telling you that your black man ain't no good and you need to be a single mom because they know it makes your children more vulnerable. Oprah lying to you. Oprah lying to y'all. Think y'all are surprised that Meghan Markle married into an aristocratic she married into the royal family who typically take aristocratic daughters for their sons. You think that they're gonna elevate a woman coming from Compton? Then on top of all that, now all of a sudden she's a victim? Let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all better stop letting folks lie to y'all black women. Everybody's elevating themselves off your ignorance. Kamala Harris is married to a white man. That's not your life. That woman didn't have the same struggle that you had. But y'all put her in office because all they said was this woman looked like you. So y'all put her in office despite the fact that none of her policies are for you. All they got to do is make y'all feel good, flatter you, and they get rich and rise to positions of power for you. Exactly. All she did was lock up these black boys. Your black sons, she was locking them up. All Joe Biden did was lock up your husband. All he did was lock up your father and your uncles and your brothers. That's all he did. And guess what? They lied to you and told you Donald Trump is racist, and y'all elevated them jokers to the White House. There's a business in keeping you ignorant. See, black men in this country, we don't necessarily have that issue, sweetheart. I just want to be real with y'all. Black men in this country, we don't have that issue. We deal with reality every day. We don't see things through a rose-colored lenses. There's no one going to catch us as we fall. We have to stand on our own 2 feet. There ain't a system put in place for that we can't to cover our mistakes. We make one mistake, that's it. There's a reason why they give you breadcrumbs and let you make all the mistakes that you want to make. Because whether y'all know it or not, when y'all partner with the woman from the dominant society, these feminists, because please believe, all white women ain't like that. Most white women think that stuff is bull crap. They don't believe in that feminist ideology like y'all do. It was a certain sect of white women that wanted to be equal to the white man. But large part, I could sit down and have a conversation with the average white woman, and she will tell you, I don't believe in that. That's foolishness. I want to have a man. That's why 70 to 80% of them are still married. Well, only 20% of y'all are still married. If you do the numbers, if you go back in the 1960s, I did an actual video about this. You were actually more married than the white woman. These white women ain't foolish. That's why they coming over here stealing y'all men. That's why they're coming over here pillaging y'all men. Because these white women are looking at the men like these are some perfectly good dudes. They listen. They respect me. They're faithful. They're good providers. Shoot, I'm taking me a brother. This is what these, and it ain't just white women. Asian women are doing the same thing. Jeannie Mai got young Jeezy. I don't too much care for Jeannie Mai, but she got young Jeezy, but Keisha Cole couldn't even keep him. Somebody has lied to you. They're lying to you. And y'all ain't never going to get out of this place of this nasty funk that y'all are in by and large part until y'all stop letting people lie to y'all. I know you don't want to hear the truth. I know y'all don't want to hear it, but you need to, because the truth is the only thing that's going to set you free. Stop letting people get rich off y'all backs. And with that being said, I'm bringing this video to a close because I'm ranting and I'm just going to keep repeating the same thing. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in. God bless and shalom. And I'm out.